Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames and we're back baby with another video wherein I'm gonna tell you, I told you so. Let's talk about it, shall we? Listen, when I tell you guys that I have a accuracy level of 99.99%, some of my subbies, they think that I have psychic abilities. Ooh, I wish I did, but I think it all boils down to common sense. Let's talk about it, shall we? Because Tasha K has scored a major legal victory against R.Kelly, exactly as I told you guys she would have back in 2023. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this also. Tasha knows that she did it. She did it. She did exactly what R. Kelly is accusing her of doing. And listen, I don't blame her for getting this man off the streets. And the legal team that would have helped R. Kelly to win cases like these against Tasha K, those attorneys are not going to take any case from R. Kelly because R. Kelly is like a known Pedialyte, you know? And I see people on the internet, leave him alone. Like, oh my God, leave him alone. I think people like those should be behind bars because how do you take a 14-year-old girl to another state to marry to her? You know? What's wrong with you? And look at Joycelyn Savage. She's still under his spell and people are telling this woman, leave him alone. Leave him alone. Like, so disgusting, right? No, but as I've said, Tasha K knows what happened. She and I knows what happened. She and I knows that the allegations that R. Kelly is claiming, she knows it's true, but it's just that she knows those son of bitches can't prove it. And I'm definitely here for it. Let's talk about it, shall we? Because in case you guys have forgotten, like, I have the video on my channel as proof. I did the video back immediately when the lawsuit was submitted. So in November of 2023, R. Kelly had filed a complaint in Chicago federal court. What R. Kelly's legal team claim is that the Bureau of Prison agents, they illegally access his digital prison records. These records included recordings of private phone calls with his girlfriend and lawyers. It is alleged that the agent sold these recordings to Tasha, who then broadcast them on her platform. However, the judge dismissed the case due to his legal team not being able to prove the case. Now, the only thing I'm not sure if Tasha K did here was to pay for the information, because normally she would say they don't pay for information. Now, even though she would normally say they don't pay for information, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily true, but I want to believe her. I want to believe her. You know why? When Tasha K is admitting to her wrongdoings and her facts and her guilt, she has a particular way that she goes about doing it. Do you know how I know Tasha K so well? Because I have an aunt that is like, they're twins. They're literal twins. If I should introduce the two of them, they would be like long lost identical twins. Highly mischievous. Extremely mischievous, and they'll tell you that, you know what, Your Honor, they'll go in front of a judge and they'll promise a judge not to bother you again. But don't be tricked into that, because that's when they're coming with their most evil, most sinister plan. So I know Tasha K, like, she's my hand middle, even though she isn't, even though I haven't met her. But I've been watching her over the years, you know, ever since she hit social media. And the very first moment she hit social media, I was like, this woman is a splitting replica of my aunt. Her mannerism, her delivery, the way she dresses, how she carries herself, the choice of husband, how she treats her kids, how she talks about kids. Like, if y'all should meet my aunt, you'd be convinced it's Tasha K in another body. I kid you absolutely not. So when the lawsuit or the complaint was filed by R.Kelly's legal team last year, and how she responded and reacted, I was like, yeah, this bitch is so guilty, but she is having a field day knowing that they'll never be able to prove this shit. She's so, like, she's guilty of it. In my opinion, that is, she's guilty, but she knows that they'll never be able to prove it. Not a single day. And she was in the comment section of the Shade Room, and she's like, we don't want an up for by R. Kelly's. No, people think that Tasha K is scared because she has been hit with so many lawsuits. And I told you guys this a couple of years ago. Tasha K is on her God level in life, and many people don't understand what that means. When you're on your God level in life, it means that you've experienced all the storms and all the weathers of life, the most horrific of horrors that anyone can experience. And as such, she doesn't fear anything. She doesn't fear shit. You could be holding a gun to her head and think you're going to scare her. She's going to tell you to pull the trigger, and chances are she may take the gun from you and pull the trigger herself. Like, these kind of people, when they're on their God level, they're not someone that you necessarily want to play with, in a sense, because when you think they're done, they're not done. And there's certain things that they do for enjoyment. Like, for example, her ensuring that R. Kelly gets off the street. That was one of her greatest pleasure, because one thing about her, she's highly mischievous, very mischievous, but she definitely has morals, and she will risk her life to protect any child out there, guaranteed. She doesn't even have to like you. She will hate you. You will be her biggest enemy, but she will risk her life to save your child. That's who Tasha K is. When I tell you, like, this woman, she's my aunt in another dimension, in another woman's body. Like, I can tell you her next move. I can predict her next move. And I've done it quite a few times on my channel. And you guys, if you have been keeping up, you would realize that I'm correct. So with this, she's having a field day laughing at R. Kelly and his team, because she knows she's guilty of this shit, but she just knows they'll never be able to prove it. And even if the judge sees instance of it, like, R. Kelly has done so much shit at this point, he is exactly where he deserves to be. Keep these Pedialyte off the streets. Do you guys remember Brother Polite, and how Brother Polite was threatening to come after content creators, and his main focus was Tasha K? Remember that Tasha K helped to get that other Pedialyte, Brother Polite, off the streets as well, you know. And even when he was threatening her and trying to make people think that he has this and he's winning the case, and Tasha K told y'all he's just waiting on a few days before they come for him and lock him up officially. We saw where he was placed behind bars. She takes pleasures in getting criminals off the streets and away from kids. So as such, she doesn't have 1 ounce of guilt. No matter how much R. Kelly suffers behind bars, once he's behind bars, she's going to take pleasure in that. She doesn't want him to die behind bars. She doesn't want him to be sick without getting medical care. She just wants him to stay away from society, and above all, stay away from kids. She just wants him to be put away for exactly what he has done. And every time someone tries to tell her that she's wrong or she should leave him alone, I'm going to suggest you all to leave this woman alone, okay? Because trust and believe, If you keep pushing her and telling her to leave R. Kelly alone, she will spend sleepless nights, countless days, and all the money that she has hidden from Cardi B to find more dirt on him. So just let this woman be when it comes to R. Kelly, because she's very sensitive and very passionate about kids. Yours, mine, strangers. She's very, very passionate about kids. So kudos to Tasha K for scoring another legal victory and enjoying the moment, laughing at R. Kelly and his team. I'm definitely here for it. What about you guys? Leave a comment below. While you're at it, do all you need to do on this video to support your girl. Peace.